opened the ark for us today in honor of his marriage, upcoming chuppah with Shannon Smith in a wonderful place in Cape Town there. Oh. And we begin our service on the page 130 from Psalm Lechu Neranena. Come, let us sing joyously to God. Raise a shout for our rock and deliverer. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya letzur ishenu. Let's sing together. Lechu neranena l'Adonai nariya letzur ishenu. Nekadma fanav betodah bizmirot nariya lo ki el gadol Adonai umelech gadol al kol Elohim asher beyado mechkerei haaretz v'to'afod harim lo. כי הוא אלוהינו ואנחנו עם מריעותו וצאן ידו. היום אם בקולו תשמעו. We continue with the Psalm 96. Inscribed Monday. Do we remember what happened with us on Monday? I remember. It was my day off. But the days, other days of the week, each of them has its sense and it is remembered and it's never happening again. Sometimes it's a good news, sometimes we want to recreate. So let us think as we go through the Psalms about each day and think what we will want to leave to the next weeks, to the weeks ahead, and what we want to store in the luggage of the past. Ciao.
Sing to God a new song. Sing to God all the earth. Sing to God, bless God's name. Proclaim God's victory day after day. Tell of God's glory amongst the nations, God's wondrous deeds among all peoples. For the Eternal One is great and much acclaimed. God is held in awe by all divine beings. All the gods of the peoples are mere idols, but the Eternal One made the heavens. Glory and majesty are before God. Strength and splendor are in God's temple. Please join me in the indented text. Let the heavens rejoice and the earth exul. Let the sea and all within it, the fields and everything in them exul. Then shall all the trees of the forest shout for joy at the presence of the Eternal One. For God is coming. For God is coming to rule the earth. God will rule the world justly and its peoples in faithfulness.
Psalm 97 on page 113 at the top. The Eternal One is sovereign. Let the earth exult, the many islands rejoice. Dense clouds are around God. Righteousness and justice are the base of God's throne. Please join me in reading the indented text. O you who love God, hate evil. God, guard the lives of your loyal ones, saving them from the hand of the wicked. Light is sown for the righteous, radiance for the upright. O you righteous, rejoice in the Eternal and acclaim God's holy name.
We continue on the page 136 with a psalm which is one of they are all very picturesque, but this one, while we sing in Hebrew, please see the Hebrew text. This is something. May God grant strength to our people. May God grant our people peace. That's a good combination. When you're at peace and you're so strong that you can resist anything that tries to ruin this peace. Jews are ever strong. This is our national trait, let's say. Why? Because we enjoy the beauty. Talking about Greg, on the day of their wedding, Chatan and Kala, the brides and the groom, are akin to a king and queen. They are wearing a perfect dress of their choice, perfect fitting form. Everybody is standing when they come up, first separately, then as a couple. This is a time of spiritual enjoying, spiritual bond being created. The same happens on Shabbat, and this is exactly why we call Shabbat Kala, the beloved, come to meet the bride, beloved, come to greet Shabbat. This is why we stand up, because love is great, love is royal, and love is multifaceted in our life. Let us just think about the people who we love and imagine them coming up here. Wouldn't we stand up and run to greet them? We will. At the last verse of Lecha Dodi on the page 139, we will stand up and meet the bride, the queen, Shabbat. Please join us in singing this joyous tune. While we are still standing, I want to remind that worship is not a concert. It's not a concert. Yes, right. It's not a theatrical play. What we do here is we pray together. Who wants to sing? Very welcome to sing. Who wants to clap their hands on Lecha Dodi? I counted. There were 2 more people clapping the hands. So let us keep this going, and in the end, we'll do it in our way, because this is our emotions. We shouldn't hide them, at least when we are in a good mood. Let us greet each other and wish each other Shabbat Shalom, and thus break the fourth wall of the theater, of the theatrical.
Bloom like a date palm. They thrive like a cedar in Lebanon. Planted in the Eternal One's house, they flourish in our God's courts. In old age, they still produce fruit. They are full of sap and freshness, attesting that God is upright, my rock, in whom there is no wrong.
We can officially wish each other Shabbat Shalom. It's the 6th of Adar Bet, year 5784, and we begin Ma'ariv. Everyone has come in time, because if you come before the Shema section of the prayer, you come in time, or at least in a Jewish time. But still, we're perfectly fine. We now stand up and open page 263 to recite the Kaddish, to come to this part of the service. Thank you. We may be seated now. And we continue on the page 148. The first blessing before Shema and further. Halachically, there should be no intervention while reading this whole section until the Amidah. So I will just notice that when we recite Shema, at the time we recite Shema, there is this word that we will recite, we will learn together, that says Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitechu v'sharecha. Chtavtam, some of means you shall inscribe them. But if you make from one word two words, chtavtam, it makes a completely different sense. And tam is the virtue of a man, of a woman, of any person. This means that he lives his life, or she lives her life in an appropriate way, firmly, righteously, and modestly. We began with the lesson in modesty from the archer, or who was there, the shooter, at the contest. So when we recite it today, just let's see if we will remember this by then. On the page 154, in the end of this Ve'ahavta, we will say Uchtav Tam, and Tam will say with a low voice. Let us try to incorporate this tradition. Uchtav Tam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha. Let us not forget this. Let's just try. And now we start with the first blessing before Shema. Let's recite it slowly and joyously in English. Blessed are you, eternal our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, whose wisdom opens heaven's gates, whose understanding changes times and seasons, and who arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai tzvaot shemo, El chai vekayam, tamid imloch aleinu leolam va'ed, baruch ata Adonai, ha'ma'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who brings on evenings. Everlasting love, ahavat olam, Beit Israel, amcha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim otanu limadeta. על כן אדוני אלוהינו, בשוכבנו ובקומנו, נסיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נהגה יומם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. Blessed are you, Eternal One, who loves your people, Israel. Now we stand up for the Shema. We close our eyes. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. Ani Adonai Elohechem Emet. We may be seated now. Let us read responsively on page 157. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, there is one God in heaven and earth. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, times and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. They shall rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea, Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, who is like you, O God, among gods that are worshipped. Page 158. Each day I am called to recreate your house with everything at my disposal, a never-ending stairway of righteousness, cupboards full of good deeds, shelf upon shelf of loving kindness. Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Israel. Grant, O God, that we lie down in peace, and raise us up, O Sovereign, to life renewed. Next page.
Adonai Eloheinu
Spread over us the shelter of your peace. Guide us with your good counsel. For your name's sake, be our help. Shield and shelter us beneath the shadow of your wings. Defend us against enemies, illness, war, famine, and sorrow. Distance us from wrongdoing. For you, God, watch over us and deliver us. For you, God, are gracious and merciful. Guard our going and coming to life and to peace evermore. Baruch atah Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים. עמידה, standing prayer, התפילה, the prayer. This is the moment when we talk not about God, but rather with God. Let us do this together after singing something very Shabbat, liturgically sabbatical. The people of Israel shall keep Shabbat. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל עוד היא לעולם, כי 6 ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. שמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. עמידה. Page. Next page.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agi tehilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei Avotenu ve'Elohei Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. האל הגדול הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון גומר חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה, מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן. ברוך אתה אדוני מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה הכל אתה, רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מזריע השמש ומוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישוע ונאמנת לך חיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיה הכל. 172. אתה קידשת את יום השביעי לשמך. You set aside the seventh day for your name, the pinnacle of creation, and you blessed it above all other days, more sacred than all festival times. So it is written in your Torah, the heaven and the earth were finished and all their array. On the seventh day God finished all the work that God has been doing, and God ceased on the seventh day from all the work that had been done. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God ceased from making all the work of creation. אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך, סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בשבועתך. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. וינחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. ארצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל, ובתפילתם באהבה תקבל, ותהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל עמך. אל קרוב לכל קורב, פנה אל עבדיך וכוננו, שפוך רוחך עלינו, ותחזן עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים. ברוך אתה אדוני המחזיר שכינתו לציון. מודים אנחנו לך שאתה הוא אדוני אלוהינו ולאהבתנו לעולם ועד. צור חיינו, מגן אישנו, אתה הוא לדור ודור. Let us thank you and praise you for our lives which are in your hand, for our souls which are in your care, for your miracles that we experience every day, and for your wondrous deeds and favors at every time of day, evening, morning, and noon. Our good one, whose mercies never end, our compassionate one, whose kindness never fails, we forever put our hope in you. ועל כולם יתברך ויתרומם שמך מלכנו תמיד לעולם ועד. וכל החיים יודוך, סלע, יעללו את שמך באמת. האל ישועתנו ועזרתנו, סלע, ברוך אתה אדוני. הטוב שמך ולך נאה להודות. Grant abundant peace to Israel, your people, forever. Page 178.
כי
the benediction of this Amidah. Baruch Ata Adonai, HaMevarech et Amo Yisrael V'Shalom. We may be seated now. Let us close our eyes and spend few moments in silent contemplation. While I'm going to remind you why I told that there are a lot of good things happening in this week and the weeks ahead. I want to use this pulpit to wish all well and Mazal Tov and Yom Huledet Sameach to the previous rabbi of this congregation, Rabbi Adrian Schell, who is currently not in South Africa, but it feels that he is. And it feels that those who know him tell me, without telling anything, tell me a lot about him. So, Mazal Tov. As you know, this week we read the chapter Kudei, the final chapter of the book of Exodus, of the book Shmot. So we'll say tomorrow, in a way, we won't say, because we read 3-year triennial cycle, we won't say Chazak, Chazak, V'nit Chazek. But technically we should say, as we end each book of the Torah. So it is telling us about the construction of the tabernacle is finally completed. We were reading about this more than a month. And it tells us about the rich furnishings, and it lists again what was already told. And what is interesting, it also lists once again the garments of the high priest, garments that used when he serves in a temple. They are mentioned once more. And in this connection, meanwhile, we find ourselves on the eve, in a week, just more than a week. It's the eve of the joyous holiday of Purim, which, when it is customary to wholeheartedly rejoice, feast, indulge in folly, and behave unlike we do throughout the year. This is the good tradition of Purim that everyone loves. We can do things that we ordinarily not do. One of the dearly beloved traditions is the Purim masquerade. Although our tradition does not encourage such behavior on other days of the year, on Purim we invent and don costumes and masks, which undoubtedly multiplies the holiday's joy, right? Well know this tradition, right? What this is truly adds up to our happiness, because when else would you see the accountant of our shul dressed as a pirate, or a community chairman dressed as Iron Man? Masks and costumes allow us to assume the role of another character, right? But why do we find it amusing when we see our close ones in unexpected guises? Because they convey an image that often does not correspond with our perception of the owner, right? And knowing these people well, the comparison between them and their guys triggers our laughter. This is obvious. This is why this is so much fun to wear costumes on Purim. But since our faith teaches us to be constantly present and mindful, especially in relation with the Jewish calendar holidays, let's try to draw a lesson from this simple laughter to make it more meaningful, right? Let us try. So, masks and costumes have been a fundamental part of ancient theater in different cultures, as we know, likely influenced by religious rites and traditions. For instance, they became integral to Greek theater in around the 6th century before Common Era. Actors used them to transform into various characters, thus creating a symbolic separation between the actors and the roles that they've played. Personas, heroes, gods, God forbid. Yet ancient theater was not merely entertaining. It was a vital part of civic and religious life. Plays often explored profound themes as morality, justice, or human condition. Masks and costumes added layers of symbolism and universality to these characters, making the stories and their themes more relatable to the audience. So each mask, each costume was delivering certain message. And this allowed playwrights and actors to discuss serious societal society issues of the society indirectly, offering commentary and criticism through the guise and myths and legends. Now, fast forward to the Renaissance, to Europe, Renaissance period, where masks were used not only in a formal theater, but on the streets also, under the guise of their roles, and often masked jesters and fools were allowed to mock and ridicule higher authority and societal conventions, pointing out the lower qualities of follies of all classes, especially the elite and the powerful. So, mask, in a way, is a very serious challenge to the authorities at that time. Also recalls Shakespeare's King Lear, Twelfth Night, often employed by royal courts. These characters indeed had a unique privilege of licensed folly, of speaking freely. They held a mirror to society, exposing hypocrisy, vice, and folly, making the jester a figure of significant cultural and literary importance. The tradition of a Purim masquerade, of Purim holiday, of course, is for laughter. Of course, it reminds us of the character of Esther, who had to hide her Jewish identity until the right time. But remember, her mask was just what we just recalled. It was not for laughter. It served a very specific purpose by revealing herself, but by undoing her mask. At a very specific purpose, she revealed herself at the right moment to the enamored Ahasuerus and managed to thwart the villainous Haman plans to destroy our people. This mask served a purpose. So the practice of masquerade on Purim enlightens us with a deeper understanding that throughout life we inevitably don different masks and assume different roles in our lives and different circumstances. This tradition serves also a metaphor for our everyday existence, where the masks we wear can serve or not serve to the higher purpose, such as teaching, leading, or protecting. And these roles, akin to the garments of the high priest, are donned not as disguises, but as embodiments of responsibilities and values that guide and define our actions for the greater good. So, prepare the Purim costumes, thinking about that and about the message that we're conveying, because sometimes it's very important to laugh at ourselves or laugh at others when we see them when something does not correspond. It always causes fun, it causes laughter. So this day we can be ourselves, or we can add to our personality something that we never had just for laughter, but the rest of the days of our life. Let us stay, integral. If we wear the costume, if we wear the kippah and the talit, we should be not playing Jews, but being Jews. Not just for the synagogue, not in a synagogue, but throughout our lives. So, like the high priest's garments, we should wear everything that we wear with pride and integrity. This is what I wanted to convey. And now, the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. As once Frank Sinatra sang, we recorded and now we listen to it. I invite with great pleasure and honor Greg and his father to open the ark for us. And we will pray the Aleinu Leshabeach prayer on page 586 with pleasure. And I also then invite straightforward George Levin to help me recite Kaddish, because it's the Yortzeit of his brother today. And also who wants to join the Kaddish on the stage after Aleinu, please do so. We're on page 586, I already told. Let us stand up.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בשבותה לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
There is this... Oh, I lost you. There is this tradition we may be aware of, that on the day, 1 week before the wedding, on the Shabbat before the wedding, the Chatan, and in progressive world mostly the couple, they come to the shul on Saturday morning for the sake of reciting brachot, special brachot, and for the sake of being together at this time. And the main part is called aufuf. It's a Yiddish word meaning call up to the Torah. So it's like aliyah. Greg, who is having his chuppah already next week, has come Friday evening. He was standing just before the Torah. He opened the ark for us, and this is our minimalistic, progressive aufruf to him. and we wish him Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yelano. Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Siman Tov, Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov, Siman Tov, Yelano, 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 oh, Kol Israel, Yelano, Yelano, oh, Kol Israel, David Melech Israel, Chai v'kayam, David Melech Israel, Chai v'kayam. We want that the joy of your wedding will be heard from Cape Town to our place.
Thank you, Mazal Tov, Mazal Tov. Take all of, his excitement to you on that day.
Thank you.
Mazal Tov. And this is life. This is the lessons of our life in the liturgy, in the Jewish liturgy. Just after reciting something very, very positive, we need to still think about the moments where we commemorate those who are not with us. And we have a list always. We keep a list. So everyone who has a yard site, please add to this. Come to us and we add the names. Unfortunately, inevitably, these names add on from year to year. And our duty is still the same. We recite Kaddish in order to commemorate and to get God's help, protection, and to fulfill the duty of remembrance. Please remain standing. We open the Kaddish. If you will have more names, I will ask Gail to add to the list.
Rabbi, I'm going to do a reading first. I'm going to read from page 594, reading number 5. It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be and oh, to lose. A thing for fools this, and a holy thing to love. For your life has lived in me. Your laugh once lifted me. Your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing to love what death has touched. And on the list for this week, this Shabbat, we remember from Bet David, David Sobel, father of Gerald Sobel, Ivan Gerber, father-in-law of Lally Gerber, Vel Sinclair, wife of the late Barry Sinclair, Bert Boerter, father of Andre Boerter, and Ronnie Levine, brother of George and Dennis Levine, and Bev Siegel, Batya Bat Nechama, wife of Robert Siegel and mother of Greg Siegel. There are no yortzaats from Bet Menorah this week, but those who passed away recently, Avril Shapiro, friend of Alexandra Schneider. And just note that the unveiling for the late Morris Epstein, father of Lynn Sherlock and Errol Epstein, will take place this Sunday, the 17th of March, at West Park Cemetery at 12 o'clock. If anybody has a name they'd like to call out, please do so now, and we'll start at this time. We also remember those who lost their lives in wars and those who have no one to remember them.
Zichronam livracha, may their memories be for blessing. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעולמה דברה חירותה וימליך מלכותה, בחיי חון וביום חון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ואמרו אמן. יהא שמי רבה מבורך לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשא בריחו.
לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה. דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל ואמרו אמן.
Long life. Thank you.
When we sit very much, the service is over. Our announcements are never ending. What is important to say from my side, next week we will celebrate Purim. We all know that there is this long weekend, and due to this long weekend, we don't expect everybody to come in the evening and in the morning, so we decided to make our celebration in the morning. We'll start very early at 9:15. You could come to help us prepare for the reading, actual reading, making the Gregors with Diane, with the kids who will come and who already did a lot this night, but we still need more. Then at 9:30, next Sunday, no, not this Sunday, next Sunday, we are having the shortest ever and very musical prayer on Purim, musical Shacharit. And then straightforward we go for the interactive Megillat Esther reading that we are going hopefully to record and save for the next generations and for us to love in this next years. So everyone is very important. We will be joking, we will be very happily celebrating this holiday, but this is important that you come for that. So we will announce, we will have the list where you could add up your names. So we should, because we need to exactly know how many of us are there. There will be a bring and share. And we also have a wonderful, magnificent, probably on Thursday we will have a wonderful, magnificent workshop with Bianca Jutan, who will teach us how to make proper omentation. But please, the dough will be provided, but please bring your fillings. There are so many fillings, so that we will feel something in the omentation. Oh, did I? No, a lot of things, sorry.
I thank the Rabbi for the services this evening and also for doing all the announcements for me. So thank you for that. And please do join us afterwards for the bracha and celebration of the wedding of Greg and Shannon, which is coming up soon. The only other thing that wasn't here is that next Friday on the 22nd of March, Netzer will be conducting a Purula youth service and get together. And for more details, please contact Diane or have a look in the Adkan. It'll all be there. And here are our children. Right. Okay. Are they going in here or are we going out?
I believe we're going to.
Are we going outside?
Yeah. We conclude our service on the page 627 with Shalom Aleichem, and then we run to recite Kiddush and Bracha in honor of many, many good things that are happening in our lives, in the life of our congregation. Shabbat Shalom.